नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। सन्तोषिणी जगन्माता मम सौभाग्यवृद्धये नमस्करोमि भक्त्या त्वां प्रसन्ना वरदा भव। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागं पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम्। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्तेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। धर्मप्रोज्झितकैतपुत्रपरभो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनं। श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृद्यवरुध्यतेऽत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तक्षणात्। निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखात् अमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः। यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातराजुहाव। पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुः तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। यस्वानुभावमखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपमतितितीर्षतां तमोन्धं संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुमुपयामि गुरुं मुनीनां। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। So yesterday we saw Rukmini Swayamvaram. After 1 year, they were blessed with a son, Pradyumna. And Pradyumna was none other than the Kamadev himself reborn. And as it as a baby, he was abducted from Dwarka by a Rakshasa called Shambara, and with the help of Mayavati, Mayavati was none other than Rati Devi herself. With the help of her, he was able to kill Shambara and come back to Dwaraka. This is where we stopped yesterday. Now continuing the story, in Dwaraka there was a person called Satrajit. He was a devotee of Surya Bhagavan. Surya Devata blessed him with a money, that is Samantaka money. And this Samantaka money gives 10 kilos of gold every day. Think about it. One day he wore that Samantaka money and came to the Bhagavan's assembly, Dwaraka assembly. Bhagavan saw it and he said, such a precious thing should not be with one person. It should be nationalized. Because such amount of money can be used for the welfare of the society. That is the idea. Satrajit thought that Krishna has an eye for it. He did not give. Then afterwards, his brother wore that money and went on a, hunting trip to the forest. Then what happened? Attracted by the shining nature of this money, brilliance, a lion attacked him and lion killed him. Then lion took the money. As he was going, Jambavan saw this, and Jambavan also was attracted by the brilliance of this money. He killed a lion and took it with him. And by the time what happened, Satraji spread a rumor that this Krishna killed my brother and took the money. Bhagavan heard this rumor and he thought that people used to call me, but Makhan Chor, that is okay. But this jewel thief, that is too much. So I had to clear my name. He took some people with him and went in search of the money, jewel. He saw this dead body of the Satraji's brother lying down. And then footsteps he followed, lion's footsteps he followed. Then he saw the lion also, dead body of lion. Then he followed the footsteps of this Jambavan, and that led him to the Guha, where this our Jambavan was living. So Jambavan was still living, okay. Treta Yugam, he is still living. In Dwapara Yuga also. So, he told the people who came with him to stay outside. Bhagavan went inside alone. As soon as some intruder came, this Jambavan attacked. And there was a fight between them, 18 days. But Jambavan was such a strong, Jambavan was none other than Brahmaji himself, see. Brahmaji's power. Therefore, he could resist Bhagavan's beating. But then after 18 days, Jambavan was not able to defeat this intruder. He was thinking who he should be. even Indrajit could not bear the beating of Jambavan at one time in the battlefield. But such beating somebody is bearing, he must be something extraordinary. Who is this? He opened his eyes and asked, Bhagavan, who are you? Then what did he see? He saw his own Bhagavan Ramchandraji standing in front of him. He went and prostrated, Bhagavan, sorry, I didn't recognize you. You have blessed me with your presence. I know you have come here to bless me only. Therefore, what is that I can do for you? Bhagavan said, I am in search of this Samantakavani. I think it is with you. He said, yes, I will give it to you. Not only this money, I have another money also with me, who was none other than his daughter, Jambavati. So that was the second marriage, was Jambavati. You may think that, is a, what do you call, Jambavan was a, what is that? Bear, yeah. Bear's daughter will be what? Like, no, but she was very beautiful. Then Bhagavan brought this money and gave it back to Satrajit and told all the people who came with him, they narrated the story, this is what happened. It is not that Bhagavan took it. This is the lion and then Jambavan. All those stories they narrated to him, and Satrajit felt very bad. Now, he had a very beautiful daughter. Even though he promised his daughter to be married to someone else, but he broke that promise. And he said, Bhagavan, because he wanted to make up with the Lord. So he said, Bhagavan, I have a daughter, please marry her. She is Satyabhama. Satyabhama was very beautiful and naturally coming from a rich family. She is very proud also. So we'll see her story later. So Bhagavan married the third wife. Now then he married Kalindi, the presiding deity of Yamuna, Kalindi. Then Mitravinda. Then Satya. Then Bhadra. Then Lakshmana. Lakshmana was from South India. So all unification of the country. These were the main 8 wives. These 8 wives represent Prakriti. Bhumirapo nalo vayu khammano buddhirevacha ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakriti ashtada. Ashtada Prakriti Bhagavan talks about in Gita. These 8 wives represent that Ashtada Prakriti. Then there was an asura called Bhaumasura. Now, or Narakasura. Actually, he was the son of Bhumi Devi. When Bhagavan took avatara of a boar, Sukara, while lifting the earth from the sweat of this Sukara, a child was born. That was Narakasura, or it was called Bhaumasura also, because Bhumi Devi is born to Bhumi Devi. Now our Satyabhama is the incarnation of Bhumi Devi. This Bhaumasura had this boon that only his mother can kill him. He took a boon from Bhagavan. Only my mother should, because he thought that mother will not kill his son, her son. So he thought it's insured. He became so notorious, and he went and conquered the heaven also. Not only that, he took the kundalam, earrings of Atiti. Now you may ask, well, so what? Let him take these earrings only, what is there? But it is a prestigious issue. It is a divine pair of kundalam. It is not ordinary. It's very divine. Not like you get it from, these cheap ones coming from Taiwan, that's not that. It's a very precious, very divine one. So it felt, Indra thought that it is an insult to his prowess. We were not able to protect our mother. All this issue came. And then this Bhaumasura had this particular desire that he wanted to marry 16,000 girls, wives. So he collected them and imprisoned them, and waiting for an auspicious moment to get married to all of them. So they were all imprisoned. But these girls somehow managed to send a letter to Bhagavan Krishna. So we are all imprisoned, please save us. And in the meantime, what happened? Indra Devata also came to Bhagavan Krishna that we have a problem, this Bhaumasura, and he cannot be killed. Even if you fight with him, because he has this particular boon, only his mother can kill him. So we were not able to defeat him. But he has taken the kundalam of this Atiti, our mother. And Bhagavan knows that Atiti is his mother also, as Vaman Bhagavan was his mother. So therefore, Bhagavan had a soft corner for Atiti. Okay, all right, let me go. And he started towards this Narakasura's Jyotishpur. But Satyabhama said, I will also come with you. Now Satyabhama, don't think that, those days these ladies, girls were trained to be soldiers, warriors. That's why you can see Kaikeyi was supporting Dasharatha. So they were all trained. So Satyabhama also was trained to be a great soldier. She knew how to use bow and arrow, how to fight, all these things she knew. So she said, I will also come with you. I said, okay, come. And he had a big general called Mura. Mura stopped him, and Bhagavan fought with him and killed him. That is why Bhagavan got this name Murari. Then he reached that, then confronted this Bhaumasura. There was a big fight, so many days fight, and Bhaumasura was not an ordinary warrior. He was a great warrior. And what happened was, in the battle, Bhagavan pretended that he is unconscious because Bhaumasura shot an arrow and Bhagavan was hit. And he pretended that, Bhagavan cannot be killed or made a defeat, nobody can defeat him. But he pretended that he is unconscious. When Satyabhama saw this, my husband, how dare he make him unconscious? She took the bow and arrow and shot him. When she shot him, one shot, he died. Why? Because his mother, that was the boon. So Bhagavan was waiting for that only. So he was killed early morning. Then Bhagavan released these 16,000 girls, when Bhagavan released them, they came and told Bhagavan, see, we go back, nobody will accept us. Those days it was very strict. Nobody, because we were living with this Rakshasa, who is going to accept us? So our life is ruined. Bhagavan said, don't worry, I will accept you. So Bhagavan sent them all to Dwaraka. And then because then this Kundalam also, Aditi's Kundalam he retrieved. He has to hand over that to this Aditi in heaven. So both Satyabhama and Krishna went to heaven and presented this Kundalam to Aditi. Aditi was very happy. She blessed Satyabhama, may you become ever young. That was her blessing. She was very happy. That is the best blessing. And as they were coming, Satyabhama requested, because Indra took them on a tour, in heaven tour, heavenly tour. And they saw this Parijata tree, wish-fulfilling tree. And Satyabhama said, let us have this tree in our courtyard, Let us have compound. It will be very nice. Bhagavan took it and Indra got angry. Look at this. Indra's one, he requested him to help him, and after receiving the help, etc., now he forgot. He fought with Bhagavan. See, how dare you take our things to earth? So Bhagavan defeated him and brought this Parijata tree. And he put that Parijata tree in Satyabhama's compound. But the flowers were falling in Rukmini's compound. The tree was hers, but that story will come, I will tell you later, afterwards what happened with that. So, this Ashtada Prakriti, Bhagavan married, that is Maya Shakti Prakriti. Now, manifestation of that Prakriti is countless. It is said that morning till evening, our mind passes through 16,000 varieties of thoughts. Every thought is wedded to consciousness. Consciousness is Bhagavan. So, that is the idea. He is the Lord of the entire universe. Now, how did he manage all these wives? It is not that one Krishna going around with all these wives one by one. Then the last one will be when she is old. She will see Krishna, isn't it? No. Every one of them had full Krishna. Bhagavan himself divided into 16,008. All of them had separate palaces, and each one of them had 10 children. Think about it. And Bhagavan remembered all their names. He has to be Bhagavan only. Think about it. They had their own university because they have enough children there. Now here there is a little pranaya kalaham between Sri Krishna and Rukmini. One day Sri Krishna said to Rukmini, when you had a choice of marrying so many Rajakumaras, why did you marry me? Of all people. You know, my reputation is not good from childhood onwards. I was not born in a royal family or grew up as a prince. Oh, why did you choose me? You could have chosen some great royal blood. Even now also, it is not too late. You can leave and choose whoever you want. When she heard this, she just fainted because she became pale and fainted. Bhagavan got scared, and from where his 4 hands came and held her. Then he said, no, I was just joking. Rukmini said, please don't joke like this. I can't even think of leaving you. Bhagavan said, I am sorry. She said, you better be sorry. Now Lord having 16,000 wives, like I told, each of them had 10 children. They had their own university. Now, next story is Pradyumna's son. His name was Aniruddha. This Aniruddha story is now connected with Banasura. There was Banasura was, Prahlada, you heard the story. Prahlada's son. Then Prahlada's son is Mahabali. Mahabali's son is this Banasura. This Banasura meditated upon Bhagavan Shivaji. And Bhagavan Shivaji asked, what boon you want? He said, Bhagavan, you protect me. Means what? In his, what you call country, kingdom, Bhagavan became Payaldar, taking care of him. Now Bhagavan was pleased with him and he gave him 1,000 hands. So 1,000 hand power he had. Equipped with that power, this Banasura went around and nobody could challenge him because they knew this person is undefeatable. So he felt miserable. What is that? Whoever I challenge, they run away. They don't fight with me. So he felt, what is the use of having so much power, but there is no place to show. Finally he came, he was itching for a fight, you see. But then, nobody there to challenge him. He felt miserable. You have so much of power and you can't show. You become the world champion in wrestling, but nobody there to challenge you. You feel miserable. Then he went to Bhagavan himself, Lord Shiva himself. And he said, Bhagavan, this is my story. Nobody there to fight with me. It looks like you are the only one can challenge me. Now see, he's challenged Bhagavan Shivaji. Then Bhagavan thought that, oh fool, you want to challenge me? Okay, you will get an equal to you to fight soon, he said. But how will I know that person is my equal to fight? He said, your Dvajastamba fall down. At that time you know it's an indication that you are going to face the real challenge. Now this Banasura came back and he was waiting for this Dvajastamba to fall down. Actually, Dvajastamba falling down is inauspicious. But he was waiting for that. But then I can see that opponent. In the meantime, what happened? He had a beautiful daughter called Usha. Usha was a devotee of Parvati, Devi Parvati. And she had a dream. In that dream, she dreamt that a beautiful, handsome young man married her. So, after coming out of the dream, getting up from the dream, she narrated that story to her Sakhi, her name was Chitralekha. The Chitralekha had this ability to draw pictures, and she didn't know who this boy was, handsome young man was, but Chitralekha started drawing the picture of so many great young prince. First she drew the picture of Bhagavan Krishna. She said no. Then Pradyumna. Then she said no. Then she drew the picture of this Aniruddha. She put her head down. So that is how, those days. Nowadays, yes, this is the one. Not like that. Then this Chitralekha had magical powers. She said, I will bring him. So she came to Dwarka. Dwarka was protected by Sudarshana Chakra. She could not enter Dwarka. She was thinking what to do. At that time, Narada came. And he said, you prayed to Sudarshana, give you way, she will. Then she prayed to Sudarshana Chakra. Bhagavan knew all this, so he just kept quiet, let it happen. So Sudarshana Chakra gave way and she entered the palace and she saw Aniruddha is sleeping. What she did with her magical power, she lifted the whole bed. Not only Aniruddha, the whole bed she lifted and brought him to this Usha's chamber, bedroom, and left him there. And Aniruddha getting up in the morning, somebody is looking at him. Who is that? A beautiful girl sitting next to him and looking at him. Hey, who are you? Then she narrated the story that I am Usha, the daughter of Banasura. I fell in love with you in my dream. So my friend brought you here. Let us get married. So according to Gandharva right, they got married. And he was living in this bedroom. Now what happened? Usha used to go out in the palace running around, ordering things like that because she is the princess. But suddenly what happened? She never go out. So all this breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything is room service. Because she cannot go out. And after some time, those attendants who was guarding her palace, they were little suspicious. Something is wrong. Because why she is not coming out? And she is always in the palace only inside. And food, everything, all services are. And nobody is allowed to enter that also. Because generally somebody, except her friend Chitralekha. And they were suspicious. They informed this king, because that is their duty, otherwise they will lose their job. So they informed Banasur. Banasur came, surprise visit. He gate crashed into her chamber, and what did he saw? He saw this Usha and Aniruddha sitting there and playing cards. Immediately caught him, how dare you enter into my daughter's bedroom also. And Aniruddha was not also an ordinary soldier. He was also a very fearful soldier. He fought with him. But then Banasura had this 1,000 hands power, you see. He has the blessings of Lord Shiva also. So he could not be defeated that way. So Aniruddha finally, he was defeated. And then not only Aniruddha, but Usha was also. Both of them, he put them in prison. They were imprisoned, both of them. Because you insulted me, you got this enemy. My Krishna was his enemy. So how can you have enemy's grandson as your husband? So he put both of them in the prison. Then what happened? Naradji came to Dwarka. Yeah, he is the one who informs things. Those days there was no other way to know. Narada asked Bhagavan Krishna and Rukmini, you have so many children, do you know where they are? What happened to them? You have any account? Is there any way you know this? What happened? You know where Aniruddha is? We were also looking for him. We didn't know what happened to him. We thought he has gone somewhere. He will come back. This is what we thought. No, what happened? He said, he is imprisoned in Bhanasura's palace. Bhagavan said, immediately Balram got angry. How dare? So, let us go and fight. So Bhagavan, both Balram and Krishna, both of them went, it's called Shonitapur. He went there and defeated, because Bhagavan invoked his celestial aerial, the chariot. Both of them had celestial chariot. In that chariot can fly. So that the chariot he invoked, and then armed with that, Bhagavan went and fought with, and this Bhanasura had so much huge army. And in this army, what happened? You remember, Bhanasura was promised by Lord Shiva himself that he will protect him. Naturally, when Bhanasura was attacked, this Lord Shiva himself came to fight his side. So Lord Shiva was fighting, then our Shanmukha was fighting, all Ganas were fighting, Shiva Ganas were fighting. But with Balram and Pradyumna was also there. Pradyumna defeated Shanmukha. And then Lord Shiva and Krishna face to face, they were fighting. And finally, Lord Shiva himself said, oh, okay, I give up. So he also gave up. Then finally Bhanasura face to face with Bhagavan. And Bhagavan, one by one, he cut off his hands. 1,000 of them, kept only one pair. Then still Bhanasura didn't give up. He was still fighting with Bhagavan. At that time, Bhagavan took out his chakram, Sudarshana chakram, and about to cut off his head. At that time, Bhagavan Shivji came. Bhagavan, I have given him promise to protect him. Please, keep my word. Ijjat ki baat hai. Please save him. So Bhagavan said, okay, no, I am not going to kill him, because I have promised Prahlad in his lineage, at least 7 generations, I will not kill them. So therefore, I was not planning to kill him, only to reduce his ego, ahankara, to destroy his ahankara. And Bhanasura understood. Then and also Bhagavan jokingly said, he is going to be our Sambandhi. How can I kill him? So immediately Bhanasura brought his daughter and Aniruddha and handed over to Bhagavan Krishna. Bhagavan Krishna brought them to Dwarka and they got married. That is the beautiful story of Aniruddha. Then there was another one. It's called Poundrak. He thought he is the real Vasudeva Krishna. He made artificial extra 2 hands. And he also made a wooden eagle vehicle. flying vehicle. Think about it, this technology must have advanced those days. Then one day he wrote a letter to Bhagavan saying that I am the real Vasudeva Krishna. You are an impostor and you better return to me what is really belong to me. Otherwise, face me in battle. This letter was read in the assembly of Sri Krishna. And Ram immediately said, let us go and kill him. Bhagavan said, wait. Then finally he replied to this Poundrak, yes, I will return all those equipment to you in the battlefield. And this Poundraka was helped by Kashi Raja. They both had come to the battlefield and Bhagavan, Balarama killed this Kashi Raja, and then Krishna finally face to face this Poundraka, and he started challenging Krishna, you better give me back all my equipment, Shanga Chakra Gadadhari, all of them. Bhagavan said, yeah, okay. Otherwise face consequences. What is the consequences? I will use chakra against you. He had an artificial chakra. Yeah, fake one. And he used that. It is like chakra, it flies. And Bhagavan used the real one. Cut off his head. And a Jyoti came out of this Poundrak and merged with Bhagavan. And Balaram was surprised. What is that? How is that possible? He was an impostor. And he challenged you like an enemy. How do you give him moksha like this? Bhagavan said, see, Poundraka also became one with Lord because he was all the time thinking that he is Krishna. This is the secret. Knowingly or unknowingly, he was always thinking, I am Krishna, I am Krishna. So that is why in Panchadashi also, Vidyaranya says, even if you don't know what is Brahman, don't worry. You keep on chanting, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. One day you will become that. As you think, so you become. This is a beautiful example. Now one day Naraji thought that how does he manage with 16,008 wives? That was his problem. So he went to see one palace. Lord was doing Sandhyavandanam there. Another place he went, he saw taking breakfast. Another place he saw he is giving cows to Brahmanas Dhanam. Another place he saw he is getting ready to go to his court, that is Sudharma, not Sudharma. Sudharma was the name of the court, Sabha. Every palace there was one Krishna. So many forms were there. Nowadays cloning you do, no? So Bhagavan Krishna did cloning. So what is the difficulty in becoming many? And everyone was pleased. Now all of us want success in life. Bhagavan is giving us the teaching. But the foundation of life in our daily life, if you always do what you always did, then you always get what you always got. You cannot expect any change. Lord used to get up at Brahma Muhurta, freshen himself, and he used to meditate. But puja is done after bath only. Then he used to do daily exercise to take care of his body. Then he used to get into all activities. Now one day he was sitting in his Sudharma Sabha. There was a letter from those kings, Jarasandha imprisoned. There were many. They requested Bhagavan to come and release them. Now before Lord could decide, there was another letter from Yudhishthira. to preside over his Rajasuya Yajna. Now where to go? So Bhagavan asked Uddhava, hey, what do you say? Uddhava said, you should go to Rajasuya Yajna because part of the Yajna is to conquer all Rajas. So only then he can conduct Rajasuya Yajna. So you can go to Magadha Raj on behalf of Yudhishthira and kill him, kill Jarasandha and release the kings. And all those kings will become the, what you call, indebted to Yudhishthira. So therefore Rajasuya will be successful. Now Bhagavan went to Yudhishthira as a part of this. Arjuna, Bhima and Krishna, disguised as Brahmanas, went to Jarasandha. Jarasandha had this great habit every day. After worshipping Lord Shiva, he used to give dhanam to Brahmanas. So Bhagavan, Krishna and Arjuna and Bhima both stood in the line to receive gift from Jarasandha. And when Bhagavan Krishna's turn came, Bhagavan said, we don't want this material things. We want another bhiksha. What bhiksha? Yuddha bhiksha. We want to fight with you. Jarasandha looked at Krishna. I have seen you somewhere. It looks very familiar. Who are you? Bhagavan said, I am Krishna. Oh, you, that ranchod, ran away from battlefield, covered. I don't want to fight with you. Then looked at Arjuna. Arjuna was too little young, very thin. If you need little fellow, nothing. I can't fight with you. You are not a match for me. Then came Bhima. Oh, yeah, he looked good. I will fight with him. So they decided to fight. And this, see, those days, it is called Dharma Yuddha, you see. It is not cheating, no cheating. So they used to fight because Jarasandha treated all these three as his guest. So they were treated as a guest. So every day they used to stay in his own guest house. And then they used to eat together. But daytime they fight. Like this, fought 28 days it seems. So Jarasandha was a great warrior. Impossible to defeat him. The strength was immeasurable. Bhima was getting tired on 28th day and started looking at Bhagavan what to do. So Bhagavan took one blade of grass and tore it into two and threw it separately, opposite direction. Bhima got the hint. He stepped on his one leg and with the other hand, he tore the legs into two and threw them opposite separately. Jarasandha was killed. So many Rajas were released. Jarasandha's son was given the kingdom. His name was also Sahadev. Now in the Rajasuya Yajna, there is a tradition that one person is worshipped who is the best among men and worthy of worship. This is called Agra Puja. There was a question, who? Vedavyasa, Bhishma Vidamaha, and Vyasa Bhagavan himself, Vedavyasa, Bhishma Vidamaha, and other great saints and sages, they were all there in the assembly. Now they went and asked, Sahadeva was a wise man. They asked, Sahadeva said, when Lord Krishna is present, the question should not arise, who should be worshipped? So Pandavas were very happy. So Bhishma, Drona and Vidurji all supported that suggestion. Then they performed the Agra Puja to Bhagavan Krishna. Then Shishupala was among them, the invited kings. He came, he was the cousin of Lord Krishna. His mother knew that Krishna is the one who killed Shishupala. This Shishupala is the third Janma of Jaya Vijaya. And his mother took the promise from Krishna that up to 100 offense, he will not be killed. Shishupala came so angry that his dream of marrying Rukmini was shattered by this man. So he showered abuses. Well, Rama got angry. Hey, why are you keeping quiet? Kill him. Said, wait, I promised 100 offenses. So Bhagavan said, I am counting. So Lord counted 100, then cut off Shishupala's head. And it is said in that Chapa, this chakram was on his finger for a long time. So it is burned. His finger got burnt. Immediately Draupadi came, tore her sari and tied, gave bandage. And that is why she was saved by Krishna. See, you give little, Bhagavan give you so much. And a Jyoti came out of this Shishupala's body and merged with Bhagavan. He was his Dwarapala, Jaya Vijaya, and he went straight to Vaikuntha. Then Rajasuya Yajna was over. In the Indraprastha, that palace, Duryodhana fell down, mistaking it for a normal floor. He fell down. Bhima laughed. But, in all the serial, you see, Draupadi laughed and said, blind man, son blind. Actually, in Bhagavatam it is not there. Even Mahabharata also it is not there. But they must have added it for effect. But here only Bhima and others laughed. But they did not say anything. Now this was the seed for Mahabharata war. Then another one from the Jaya Vijaya pair, one more left, they called Dandavaktra. He was also killed by Lord Krishna. Raja Parikshit wants to hear more. This kind of greed is good, to chant his name, to hear Lord's story. It is so enchanting. Now next story is very beautiful, fascinating. During Gurukula Vasa, Bhagavan befriended a childhood friend, Sudama. In south he is called Kuchela, but in north it's called Sudama. He is from Porbandar, Gujarat. Totally dispassionate to all sense objects, perfect control of his senses. Whatever he got, he was happy, but always remembered Krishna. Now his wife also was devoted to him. She used to hear from Sudama that Krishna was his friend, and now he is Dwarkadish. One day she said, why don't you go to Dwarka and meet your childhood friend? This Sudama, even though he was poor, he had this little pride that I should not encash my friendship by asking something. That little pride was there. That is why he remained poor. When you have that pride, that is a problem. But one day his wife was so hungry, not only she but children also. And such poor people have many children. But Bhagavan blesses you. And this time she pleaded with him that you please go and see your friend. You don't have to ask anything. But she knew that seeing your condition, he will give you something. Even a gold ring you give, that is enough for us. That day, whatever happened, Sudama agreed. Now, how can I go and see him without anything in my hand? I should take some gift. First time I am seeing him. And she went around and asked, and she got some poha, beaten rice, and wrapped it in a old cloth, that also very old, and gave it to him. Now, from Porbandar to Dwarka, this person has to walk. It's a long walk. He kept this, he didn't have any bag or anything. He kept under his armpit, kacha, and went to Dwarka. He was so amazed to see the wealth of that place. He stood in front of a palace and told the Dwarpala that please tell Sri Krishna that his childhood friend Sudama has come to see him. When Dwarpala informed the Lord jumped from the seat and ran towards this Brahmana. 7th floor came down. Not only that, he embraced him so much love. Sudama was feeling shy because he was poorly dressed and sweating all over, looking like a beggar. But Bhagavan did not mind that. He took him by hand and made him sit on the same sofa. And not only that, he washed his feet and did puja to him. And the water he sprinkled everywhere. Rukmini seeing this upachar, Bhagavan is respecting such a great devotee. She started fanning him. Bhagavan, it is said, Bhagavan used his tears to wash Sudama's feet. Rukmini was wondering, who is this person? We never heard this name before. After feeding Sudama, they started talking. Are you married? He said, yes. She is very good. Have you have children? Yes, many children. They remembered their Gurukula life. One day they went to get firewood in the forest, and when it rained, how they spent the night in the woods holding each other, and how Santivani Rishi came to get them in the morning. All this they remembered, recollected. Sudama said, I know you, Krishna. Other than that, nothing is important. Lord said, you must have brought something for me. Sudama was ashamed to show his packet. He said, all of a sudden I came, There was no time to buy anything, shopping. There was no time. But Bhagavan, you can't hide anything from Bhagavan. He snatched the packet from his kacha and opened it. Looking at the condition of the cloth itself, Bhagavan felt sad. Tears came from his eyes. How poor these people are. And he looked at it, this poha, wow, this is the most dearest thing for me. And in one hand, he took and ate it, put it in his mouth. He says it was so tasty. You know why? Walking from Porbandar to Dwarka, the entire sweat, everything is gone inside. Salt was perfect. That's why this Golgappa you take, buy in Chaupati beach. Yes, on the road, all the dust, everything goes. That taste you will not get it. You make at home. Now, when he was about to take the second help, Rukmini held his hand. She knew, oh Lord, you want to give me also to him? That was the idea. Because the first help itself, Bhagavan has given half wealth of Dwarka. Bhagavan said, when I see my devotees, I forget myself. Next morning, Sudama said, I am going home. Bhagavan said, okay. Sudama remembered en route, I did not ask anything to Krishna. But Krishna is so kind, he did not give me anything, because the Lord knows that wealth corrupts people. So thinking, he reached his place. Suddenly he saw beautiful palace standing there where his hut was. Standing, he was surprised. Then a beautiful lady came out of the palace dressed nicely. He asked her, you know, there was one small house of Sudama was here. Where is it? She looked at him. Don't you recognize me? He said, who are you? I am your O, I am your O. They won't tell their my name. So these are all very sweet things in our culture. That's all gone now. He said, what is this Vaibhavam? It's all Bhagavan's grace. For his wife, all wealth. For Sudama, Bhagavan gave himself. He was not affected by Suhridam sarvabhutanam jnatva mam shanti vrichyati. Bhagavan is the greatest friend. There is no friend like Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Beautiful story of Sudama. Then afterwards, once there was a solar eclipse in it is said that solar eclipse time you go to Kurukshetra and take bath. It is considered very auspicious. Bhagavan said, let us go to Kurukshetra. Now think about taking the 16,008 wives and their children and all those Dwarkavasis. What a project, by God. It's a it is the any tour agent will be very happy. Now all of them went to Kurukshetra. Pandavas also came there. Not only that, all Vrajavasis also came there. First time there is a great reunion of all. And in that, Draupadi asked all Krishna's wives, one by one she asked how they got married to Krishna. So each one started telling their story. And they said, we are happy. That is the most important thing. Devaki and Vasudeva saw that all the rishis are worshipping Sri Krishna, but their love for him stopped from knowing his real glory. Once Vasudeva caught hold of him and asked Krishna, please reveal your glory to us and teach us. Give us this Brahma Vidya. Krishna brushed away saying, what do I know? I am only a child. Another day, Devaki caught him and said, I heard you brought your Guru Mata's son to life. How about my 6 children who died? I could not even see them properly. Please bring them to life. I want to see them. Bhagavan said, in life, mother, you have not asked anything. This is the only thing you asked me. How can I say no? So he brought all of them from dead to life. And Bhagavan went in search of these children. Then they were in Sutala with Mahabali's place. He brought them back. And with the touch of Devaki, they all attained mukti. Then there is a story of Subhadra Haranam. Arjuna went on a pilgrimage disguised as a sadhu. He reached Dwarka and Balram received him thinking that he is a Mahatma and engaged Subhadra to serve him. Because young girls not married, they serve Mahatmas, they get blessings. So Arjuna, when Subhadra saw Arjuna, she fell in love with him. Arjuna also got fascinated and he informed Krishna. But then Balarama, what happened? He has promised the hand of Subhadra to Duryodhana. See, Balaram's favorite disciple was Duryodhana in the fight, the mace fight, Gadayuddha. And both our Bhima and Duryodhana, both were his disciples. But Duryodhana, he liked him. So then, he was an expert, more skillful than Bhima. Bhima had strength, but Duryodhana was skillful. So therefore, he liked him. So he wanted to give Subhadra to him. And now Arjuna, Bhagavan wanted to give Subhadra, his sister, to Arjuna. But then, how to break this promise? The nature of Balaram. He gets angry and he is powerful. So, one day, Bhagavan told Arjuna, you kidnap her. But in such a way, he gave him also how to do. He told Subhadra to be the charioteer, drive the chariot, and Arjuna stay behind as a soldier. So when the Dwarka, they saw that she is being kidnapped, they all came, attacked. Arjuna fought with them, defeated them. And then they went, the news came to Balaram. Balaram was so angry. Let us go and kill this Arjuna. He cheated us. Bhagavan consoled him. Look, I heard that it is with her consent only it has happened. It is not that he kidnapped our sister. Actually, the other way around. Our sister has kidnapped Arjuna because she was driving the chariot. So, it will be miserable if you go and kill him. What happened? Our sister become widow. Whole life she will suffer. So what is the point? Balarama was consoled. Okay, very good. Then he sent all kinds of gift to this Arjuna. Then in Mithila Nagari, there were two devotees of Lord Krishna. One was the king, Bahulashva, and the other was a Brahmana, Shrutadev. One day Lord himself decided to visit both Raja and the Brahmana same time. Lord stayed with Raja 1 month, but with the Brahmana 1 day. He was so devoted and he himself entertained him by dancing in front of Lord. Though he stayed with him only 1 day, but he felt he stayed with the Brahmana 1 whole month. This is the greatness of Lord. He rewards everyone according to their capacity, whether he is a king or poor, both. Then there is a description of his glory sung by his devotees. Before ending the 10th canto, there is a story of Santana Gopala. In Dwarka there lived a Brahmana. He was very devout and he came and complained to Bhagavan Krishna. At that time Arjuna was visiting Bhagavan. In front of Arjuna, this Brahmana started complaining that what kind of Raja you are. In your kingdom, this calamity should not happen. What calamity? So I had 9 children, 9 of them died. As soon as they born, they died. It is not considered very auspicious, especially you are ruling this country. It should not happen. And I heard you brought to life your Guru Patni's child. Not only that, you brought to life your own brothers, elder brothers, and please your mother. So it is not impossible for you to bring my children back. Why don't you do it? Bhagavan did not say anything. He just got up from there and went. Now seeing this, Arjuna felt, hey, what is this? We should help this Brahmana. So he went and promised this Brahmana, now the next child, I will protect you. Brahmana was hesitant. If Krishna cannot protect, how can you protect? No. Then he started telling, you know who I am. I am the greatest, archer in the whole world. Nobody can stand. Mahabharata war, I won. Like this, he started giving his credentials. Then finally Brahmana agreed, okay, we'll give a try. What is wrong? If it works, works. So he involved Arjuna when she was about to deliver. So this Arjuna came to Brahmana's kutiya and he with arrow, he created a beautiful protective armor with arrow. And he said, not even air can go inside. So forget about it. Nobody can enter there and steal your child. And finally she delivered the child. This time even the dead body was not there, disappeared. And the Brahmana got so angry. And this Arjuna also promised him, saying that if I cannot succeed in this mission, I will jump into fire, kill myself. This always, Arjuna always like that. That is his standard promise. Now Brahmana was so sad because this time even dead body was not there. He was so angry with the Arjuna. He said, now, what do you say? All your boost, etc., what happened? Then Arjuna went through his, he has this power. He went to Yamaraj, challenged him. And Yamaraj came out and said, what do you want? I want to see that the soul of this Brahmana's child is here. He said, Yamaraj said, no, he has not come here. It is not in our list. Then where he has gone? He didn't know. So he came back. Now there is no other way. So he lit one fire and went round the fire. And before jumping, he thought of Krishna. And he was about to jump. Bhagavan Krishna appeared there and held his hand. Hey, what are you doing? Come with me. So Bhagavan took him in his chariot. And the direction in which the chariot went, all these are given in Bhagavatam. And there was one place, it seems, This today you can say it's a black hole. That description is there. It was dark, nothing you can see. But then Bhagavan invoked his Sudarshana. It lit the way, and finally they reached Vaikuntha. And Vaikuntha's description is also there. And Bhagavan Narayana received both Krishna and Arjuna. He said, "Come, welcome. I wanted to see you both. That is why I made this Brahmana children disappear." And the children were playing around there. And they were, Krishna and Arjuna was none other than Naranarayana. So finally, with Bhagavan's Narayana's Maya, children forgot the Vaikuntha Darshanam, and they all came back with Arjuna and Krishna. And you can think of the joy of this Brahmana. He thought he lost all his children, but all of them he got back. And he was so happy, he blessed Krishna and Arjuna. Then there is another story called Vrikasura, son of Shakuni. He asked Naraji, "Which God, if I pray, will be pleased easily?" He said, "Lord Shiva is the best." Ashutosh Bhagavan. Then he meditated upon Bhagavan, Shivji. Shivji appeared before him. "What is the boon you want?" He said, "Whoever I touch, they should turn into ashes." He's called Bhasmasura. His original name is Vrikasura. Shakuni's son, Shakuni Mama's son. Now, the boon was given, tatastu. But then what happened? This Vrikasura said, "See, you are not available all the time. You have to meditate. Afterwards you come. Then in this jungle there is nobody, whether your boon works or not, how do I know? There is nobody else. You are the only one." So he started, "Let me try it on you." And Bhagavan Shivji, "No, it will work." He ran. First time, Bhagavan ran for his life. This Vrikasura also running behind him. That time, Bhagavan Vishnu thought that my friend is in trouble. So he took the form of a Mohini. But in Bhagavatam it is said he took a Vatu Brahmana form. Some other Purana it is said Mohini. But here it is Vatu Brahmana, a little boy. And the Vrikasura was running. Suddenly this boy started laughing. "Hey Maharaj, where are you running?" "I am running after Shiva." "For what?" "He gave me a boon." Then he started laughing. "Why are you laughing?" He said, "This Shiva, you see, is an imposter." "Why?" "Because as long as his wife was with him, Sati, he was powerful. Now Sati has left. He died. Now Shiva has no power." "How do you know?" "See, he keep on giving boon, but it doesn't work." "How do I know?" "You try. You put your hand on your head and see whether it works or not." And this fool, because he put his hand on his head, boom, gone. Then there is a story of Shamba, Samba. Samba was the son of the Jambavati. Jambavati is son. Samba was a very handsome person. And when Duryodhana's daughter was getting married, that Samba went and abducted her. And immediately Duryodhana got angry. They went after him and defeated him and brought him and put him in the prison. This news came to Dwarka. Especially Balram got so angry. But then Krishna wanted to go and bring his grandson and a son back. But then Balrama had this soft corner for Duryodhana. He said, I will go and talk to them. Why fight with them? I will go and talk to them. Negotiation, political. Why fight? Let us negotiate with them. Krishna said it's not going to work. But let me try. So Balram went and Balram tried to talk to them. Hey, I know my nephew is there with you. You have imprisoned him. Please release him. Why get into trouble? He has nothing doing. We are all, Khantan ki. You are not equivalent to us and all that. They talked. Balram got so angry. He put his plow and pulled the whole Hastinapur. He wanted to drown it in Gangaji. When they saw that this is not working, Trahimam, Pahimam, they surrendered, brought her, his Duryodhana's daughter, and gave. And there is a description given how much wealth as dowry Duryodhana has given to this girl. My God, the list, what wealth we had. Where all those wealth gone? We have no idea. Looted, plundered. Anyway, with that, this 10th canto, Vedas also sang Stuti of Krishna. Bhagavan Sri Krishna's wife, how they used to think of Lord's Leela and revel in them. With this, the 10th canto completes here. Last verse, by constant and continuous practice of hearing, singing about and remembrance of the glorious deeds of Lord's, man's devotion to him grows day by day, and by virtue of it, he attains to the state of godhood. It is seeking that state that kings go to the forest, abandoning their kingdom. With that, we end the Dashamaskanda. We saw Bhagavan's heart who blesses all, however they approach him. So, Kenapi Margena Manakrishne Niveshayed. This should be the bottom line. Now we enter into Ekadasha Skanda. This is the head of Srimad Bhagavatam. Before that, we should go back and see what we have learned so far. Athikari, first. Sadhana, second. Sarga, third. Visarga, fourth. Sthanam, fifth. Poshanam, sixth. Poshanam means Anugraha. Utayaha, Karmavasana, 7th canto. Manuntara, then that is 8th canto. Ishanukatha, 9th canto. Then Nirodha or Ashraya is the 10th canto. Now 11th canto is titled as Mukti. Now there are different ideas of Mukti according to different schools of thought. We will talk about it after your break. Okay.